I apologize, everybody. We're about 10 minutes late from the listed time. Y'all know I'm way, way, way more punctual than that. Second stream today, though. We got a lot to walk through. When I get to the battle rap segment of today's stream, we got like 3 or 4 different topics to address. We got some people to call out. We got some people to address. We got some stories that I must tell. We got some things that I must reveal. Um, some people is gonna see this stream from the battle rap culture, and I can guarantee you they ain't gonna like what they hear. Some people's gonna be like, nah, I respect that. Just depends on who you are. We'll get there. I got a couple other pieces of news that we need to warm up for, though. Some stuff that we didn't have in this morning stream that we don't want to skip. So let's start to walk. Let's start to warm up. Let's start to build up. Okay. Let's go. We're going to start with Wiz Khalifa. Wow. This is crazy. So I believe he was sentenced at this point. Wiz Khalifa sentenced to prison in Romania for possessing bud, appealing the ruling. Wow. There's a clip of it too. I'm not gonna play it. Like he's on stage burning shit down. And I think he even put out a tweet like apologizing to Romania. Like, man, that wasn't my intention to disrespect y'all. It didn't matter. Look at this. Wiz Khalifa is facing a potential 9-month stint in Romania prison for weed, but he's hoping to find an alternate solution to a definitive sentence just handed down by the country's government. Thursday, Romania's what is that? Constanța Court of Appeal upheld an appeal filed by DIICOT service, a prosecutor's office in the country, to sentence the young, wild, and free rapper to 9 months, despite a previous citation that only fined him $3,000. Wow, which only equates to $700 in USD. That's wild. The scary thing about this shit, people, is it's just the differences of what we're used to over here in the States. When we go out the country, it's a whole nother ball game. You know how many people then told me one place that's on my wish list to go, or I shouldn't say wish list because it's like right there to do. It's not hard to do. I just haven't been there yet, Dubai. But I got this thing where I'm like scared, like, before I go to Dubai, I got to do a lot of homework. I don't want to get in trouble over there. You hold hands over there, you kiss in public, some all these type of rules or some shit like that. Next thing you know, your ass is cuffed up. Who the fuck want to get arrested outside the country? That's some next shit. But we got example like this ain't new, man, and it scares me to death. B, we gotta remember this shit is not new. Remember what happened to Brittany Griner, people? Brittany Griner's book details harsh life in Russian prison. They had her ass over there. Look at this. This was December 8, 2022. WNBA star Brittany Griner was released after 10 months in Russian captivity, exchanged for Russian arms dealer. They did a fucking exchange for her, B. Russia was like, we don't give a fuck about y'all over there in the States. Matter of fact, y'all kind of ops to us. You want us to release y'all homie? Send her back over there? Give us that person that y'all got. They did a whole exchange for a WNBA star, and it was over weed, right? Over weed. Here's one more for y'all. If y'all remember this one. Look at this shit. Former NCAA player Jared Shaw avoids death penalty for weed gummies in Indonesia. Y'all remember when we covered this? They made an example of him at the podium and whatnot. He was facing the death penalty for THC gummies. Yo, we got to do our homework. When we leave the States, B, we think we got it bad here, some shit. I know some of these governments and some of these presidents, depending how you stand, you're like, man, shit is fucked up. The taxes and some of these new laws and the way they treating us and all this, I get it. But y'all don't want to go nowhere else, do y'all? Imagine facing life or death for some weed shit. All right. That's an update I didn't want to skip. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa, man. I wish him the best. Pray for the young man. But he looks like he's about to serve 9 months for smoking on stage. And weed is what we know the guy for. Incredible. All right, moving along. So following back up with the 50 Cent, the whole thing about him buying the building that the podcast involving Jim Jones, Mano, Dave East, and Fabulous record out of a shootout out of. We covered some of that this morning. You know, he threatened to put up the 250 and just get them up out of there. But then he posted on his Instagram that Jim and them niggas put up 200 to do what they had to do. Was he trolling? Maybe, maybe not. But this is alleged audio of him talking to the owner of the building.
To rent it. And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for like, since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want like 6 months of build out and ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company. He's not a business. He's like insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it works out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say it in a short way, at least $80,000, if not $180,000. The monthly rent on the old lease, don't just want to rent it. And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for like, since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want like 6 months of build out and ridiculous bullshit. We also
So if that is real, if that's related to the building and Jim Jones and them as tenants, I'm not shocked. Y'all know 50 Cent get petty like that, and it wouldn't be the first time that 50 Cent them recorded phone calls and put them out. Anybody remember what he did to Young Buck? That Young Buck shit was crazy. Yeah, Young Buck all on the fucking phone, crying, pleading his case, bleeding his heart out, looking for a second chance, talking about his tax and his money issues and all that. That nigga 50 played along during the phone call, and then all of a sudden he dropped that shit. That might have been like the last piece of Young Buck as a successful rapper, how people looked at him. That was it. That phone call drop. And it's just like 50 done fucked up some people's careers. This is like, nobody want no problems with that guy because when he war with you, is anyway. Okay. I only had 2 warm-ups. Y'all ready to get into battle rap? I didn't want to have y'all sit here for too long, going over some of the sorriest true stuff, ruin your day in the building. But we got some battle rap topics that we need to get into. Yeah, I know, man. The guy's a fucking demon. You guys ready to start walking? We're going to start off like this on a positive note because there's other positivity in today's segment, but there's some negative stuff as well. So it is what it is. I'm going to start off nice and positive, though. My guy, Holla. So this Sunday, the 21st, right? Today's the 18th. Let me make sure. The 21st is Sunday. This upcoming Sunday, people. This man, Holla, I told you, man, you got heart. I troll the guy a lot. That's my nigga, so I troll him. You know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside now, because we days away. Nigga, Holla, you got heart. You are the underdog. All jokes aside, you are the fucking underdog. This is one of the best people in the 1v1 space, Uncle Skoob. If Uncle Skoob brings his A game, you are supposed to be up for an extreme challenge, and you know that. Holla knows that. But to go after the challenges like that, and I don't know, are you back in your prime? I know you've been in the lab, so I don't even want to say you're out your prime. We're going to see Sunday. We're going to see how you're moving, what your bag look like. You know what I'm saying? But I respect taking on a challenge like this. I don't want you to get dragged. You know what? I want you to win, of course. It's home team. I want you to win. But if you got to take an L to one of the best guys in the space, just show us, that you are really, really fit for this shit and some of these top tier guys. If Holla just keeps this competitive, and I don't want to, everybody wants to win. You don't get into this type of thing to lose. But if Holla keeps this competitive, he's going to immediately have a name for himself in the large and super light, fast growing 1v1 space. It's a very fast moving and growing industry right now. And the fucking guy, he'll be all over. Battle rapper, league owner, club. Oh, was I supposed to say that? My bad. Spy, podcast with him and Sin, 1v1, and all this other stuff. You talk about a diverse portfolio and you have an athletic background. So this is a place that you do comfortably and you have fun in anyway. But people, this is easy. This is a pre-sale of $15. If you want to be in the building, it's in St. Louis. The door is only $25. If you're going to be getting the pay-per-view like me, $24.99. $24.99 PPV stream, Hitman Holla's YouTube channel. So go to Hitman's YouTube channel on Sunday. What time it says? Doors open at 2 p.m. So somebody like me, I'll probably end up getting on the stream like around 2:30, and I'll be tapping in. And it's not like battle rap where the warm-ups, some of them you're just like, I don't care about those guys. You know what I'm saying? In the 1v1 space, their cards be like top tiers to open up the shit. So I'm going to be getting on this about 2:30, taking a look at who's going, and I'm going to be like just tuned in. And when this match starts, we're going to see how it plays out. All right. So shout out to Holla. Good luck. We'll be there. We will be there. All right. Let's get a little bit deeper now into today's news. So what's going on with all this talk about flag channels? What's going on? Huh? I hear that Caps lost his YouTube channel. I don't know if he got it back and that's where he's talking from here. I don't know if he started another channel. I don't know if he had a backup and this is where he's on. It sucks to lose a YouTube channel, especially if you built it up, subscribers, your content is there. If you don't have your content backed up, like I don't have my Sorry It's True stuff backed up because that news pretty much ages very, very fast. And then it's there's not super duper replayability to me covering news in the Sorry It's True podcast. But all the battles, the whole RBE legacy, I have the channel fully backed up. I would hate, just imagine me not being able to put my hands on the masters or the files or the footage or all the all those trailers, all those battles. So people, if you have replayable content or classic footage or stuff that you just want to hold on to and you have a YouTube channel, even though we own our own brands, remember at the end of the day, YouTube can pull the plug, and that shit sucks. So remember to back up stuff that is important to you. But let's see what Cap's talking about here.
So pull up and say you ain't do that shit. Don't call my phone or none of that shit. Pull up and say you ain't do that shit. I'm not stupid, nigga. I'm gonna tell you why I feel like he did that shit. Fuck it. I'm gonna keep it all the way real, right? Like you just got problems with everybody, bro, man. Fuck all that shit, bro. You got problems with everybody. I feel like you don't like nobody who fuck this nigga. You know what I'm saying? You over here talking about you not fucking with nigga. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. But if anybody gonna fucking flag me, I think it's easy. You know why I think it's easy, bro? Because while everybody was sitting here talking about, yo, knowledge and hip hop is real, what you said you would flag, when they were saying, yo, I would love to take these niggas down and shit. They was interviewing Cassidy and all these niggas who was talking about you, right? I blame you for this shit. So I feel like it was him if it's anybody. You wild open to admitting the flagging. You already took down OT. Like, why would I think it's anybody else? Why would I think it's anybody else? Nobody asked y'all to come and to me, y'all flagging left and boy. Fuck that. Little buck tooth. Did you flag me? Did you flag me? Man, fuck all that shit. Did you flag me? We can bang out, nigga, and both lose our channels, nigga. All of them. All of them.
The YouTube channel bang out.
All of them. Fuck it. It is what it is, nigga. Is that what you want to do? Just let me know. Let me know.
So I don't know. I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? I will say this though, when it comes to my channel and RBE, and I would give this advice to anybody. We have this thing called analytics. Some of us get paid handsomely from YouTube and the hard work that we put in and the consistency that we put in and the building of all these subscribers and these views and the content and the artwork and the graphics. Somebody ever plays with my YouTube channel, we're going to spend a lot of money in court together. That's what I would like to just put out there generally. The type of analytics that I'd be bringing to the table, from past replayable content, the type of money that I can show that the channel has the capabilities of earning tomorrow, today, and yesterday, as far as replayability stuff, we're going to show a lot. We're going to put a big bag or amount of loss on your fucking head. Okay. Now, there are circumstances where, I'm speaking generally, there are circumstances where people deserve to get flagged. You got all out content thieves. I'm not talking about playing content under, YouTube policies or rights of usage and whatnot. You know, like there's people that have literally played my pay-per-view content while it was still on sale or VOD. People did it on Caffeine purposefully. People did it on YouTube purposefully. You deserve to get your ass striked. And if the strike makes you lose your channel, you were stealing. You were fucking stealing. Okay. You have another circumstance. Like, let's say somebody is dissing you and you ain't even dissing them. You know what I'm saying? Like they just using your content to disrespect you or discredit you or tarnish your name or your brand. Hey, if you want to flag that video or whatever, you know, that's within your right. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you never even hear me say somebody's name or get into it with this person or that group of people or these people over here. And I look up one day and they using my footage to disrespect me. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It gets a little bit more gray if you either A, have the reputation of also doing whatever you claim somebody's doing to you, if you do that to other people, or if you're in the midst of going back and forth with somebody. That creates a gray area. That's as fair as I could be about flagging. You know, I don't think it's a one circumstance covers all type of thing. I don't know what's going on with Cap's channel. I heard, you know, talk about a particular interview that had things about like people allegedly maybe getting, you know, whammed on. You know what I'm saying? I think it's also a good reminder for us to remember we have a lot of controversial type of content in battle rap. Even YouTube goes after battle rap content. And we had a period where we were getting fucked over bad because of the amount of curse words in battles. You know, there was a time where I was purposefully extending long intros into RBE battles because YouTube had a policy like if they heard curses within a certain amount of minutes, then you know you can have an issue with the video being monetized. And here I am spending all this money on a battle, and then I upload it to YouTube, and the shit is yellow, and I can't capitalize on the money that video should be making on YouTube because as soon as the battle starts, somebody says, "Use a bit," you know what I'm saying? Goes Geechee mode or some shit, you know. And YouTube constantly changes their policies. So we have a lot of toxic, profanity type of content or whatever. So it's already tough in our environment. It's already tough for our type of content, you know, but we still also got to keep a level of responsibility. Like if somebody was to come on my podcast and talking about, you know, whamming on somebody, if I knew that he was going to talk that, I wouldn't have him on in the first place. If all of a sudden he just started talking that and I didn't expect it, I'm not uploading that. Or as soon as that live is over, I'm either editing that piece out or I'm putting that video on private or I'm taking the video down because I don't want to put that out there for multiple reasons. Number one, I don't like that energy attached to me. That's number one. And number two, if something happens, I end up in the legalities of it. I end up in the league. That becomes a prime piece of evidence that's on the table and I'm involved in it. So we got to be responsible. You know, you watch even like the battle of the altercation that we had in Drum. I edited that battle. I edited that. That's my fucking edit. You know, I fuck the controversial clicks and all that. That shit at the end before things go a certain way, I fade that shit to black. I don't want that in the footage, you know? And that's even past YouTube. That's another level of principles towards the people involved. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not saying I got a perfect career. I know I don't. There could be some situation out there, ARP, but you let that fly, you know, and it's shit. I either apologize for it. I'd love that example to come up. Maybe I'll go edit that shit now. But, you know, we gotta continue to keep eyes on like a responsibility of like, if motherfuckers is coming on platforms to push an energy of violence, we got to be careful about that. Not just because of YouTube, but because of us involving or promoting or pushing that type of energy. And I'm not even saying that this is all about Cap's channel. I don't know, but I felt like it was a relevant topic because I heard about that interview involved allegedly in some of this type of stuff. So, people, let's be careful, and how you go about your YouTube ways or whatever. Everybody's different. Every circumstance is different. It is what it is. All right, let's start to move into the title. I got three topics for y'all. 3 topics. I got a topic about Jae Millz. I'm going to follow that with a topic about RBE Battlers. Then I'm going to go into the Eazy topic. Okay? So let's start with Jae Millz. Jae Millz, a couple hours ago, uploads this video. And let me show y'all what the title is. The title of it is What Hurt Battle Rap Most? ? Episode 1, Smack versus ARP. Okay. Jae Millz and myself. I haven't spoke to Jae Millz in a couple years, right? Other than the last time he and I spoke was like whenever his last battle was on RBE. No, well, all right, we'll put it this way. The last time we spoke productively was the last time he battled on RBE when I was doing the straight to YouTube series. That's when he battled people like Big K. He had some other ones too. I think J Murder was another one, right? And then we had a public fallout after that. It's documented publicly as well as privately about why Jae Millz and ARP ran into an issue. And to be honest, I haven't fucked with him since. This is gonna be such a keep it 1,000 ARP video, which is I tend to do anyway. I'm always keeping it 1,000. Just sometimes I up my political correctness, or I throw extra grace, or I retract from saying certain things. But I'm always being as honest as what I feel like is in my chest, pretty much, right? And I haven't fucked with him since. I haven't fucked with Millz since. And he probably didn't fuck with me since neither. There was a text message that came my way after, like, I think Millz had a couple battles on URL or whatever. And you know what? I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Fast forward. You got the Jae Millz and DNA and Goods battle. Okay? And you guys saw the way that I covered it. I would like to hope and assume that the way I covered that back and forth between Jae Millz, DNA, and Goods came off as fair as possible. I'm the guy, one of few people that keeps it real with y'all over here about giving people bias or grace. I keep it real with y'all about that. For example, me and John is cool. You want to know what grace is when you cool with somebody? It's me not covering the shit with him and that girl. Pause. It's me not covering that. It's me not going into certain areas of his situation with him and Cassidy. It's me avoiding certain areas of what's popping up on him and Facts. So not taking these overly strong positions, like use a whole fucking scam, like, and I'm not saying that about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's grace. And there's people that's cool with me that give me grace, and I understand it and I fucking appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into this Eazy shit about grace for the dumb people. But my bias and my grace is always with people that I fuck with. And that's being real. Goods is my homie. Like, me and Goods build outside of battle rap. That's my homie. Me and DNA is real cool. Like, me and DNA might hop on a call real quick or text each other, whatever. Me and DNA is real cool. We're like a text away from each other. But me and Goods over the years continue to build past battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So he's in my grace. He's in my favor. He's in my bias. Okay? This battle happens. Jae Millz ain't in my grace. Jae Millz ain't in my bias. As a matter of fact, I'm standing in a position like I don't fuck with dude. But I hope if you go back and watch those recaps of me playing DNA and Goods and Jae Millz, I hope I presented as fair of an energy as possible. There were probably some comments. Come on, ARP, you trying to save Goods. I understand. This is the person that's keeping it real. Niggas don't say this. I understand. But when I play Jae Millz shit, I get up, I'm being animated, I'm being charismatic, I'm dancing along. This is a guy at the time telling myself, I don't fuck with him. I'm dancing along. I cut the lights off for his song. When I do my tiers with Mickey Fax, I put like 3 of his songs in the top tier. I'm saying, yo, he got the best diss track out of the whole shit, right? I'm not showing I don't fuck with him as I'm replay. And if you see the consistency of what I try to preach, I say, I don't fuck with a man that goes out of their way to discredit somebody's work, even if they don't fuck with them. Like when you see these league owners talk against RBE or some shit, I think that's a big character flaw. To discredit some shit that already is signed and sealed or got like the reputation is deserving. And if you go out of your way, I'd rather be a nigga that don't even say your brand's name if I have a problem bigging you up. That's how I like to approach it. Or instead, you just see me over the years saying, yo, URL, they did that, or they the biggest league, or you seen that countless times. I try to show y'all that character. I try my best too. So even though I'm watching, the battle play out, I'm still trying to throw the grace a little bit. So when DNA mentions in a bar in one of his songs, as ARP, blah, blah, how did I react to that? It's all purposeful. I said, I ain't addressing that. Leave that alone. I didn't take the opportunity to say, y'all don't really fuck with him anyway. Fuck it. Let me give y'all a whole backdrop this. Let me pull out Jae Millz contracts and all that. No, I didn't do that. Goods, he did it as well in his last track. As ARP, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you, man. Me and Goods almost did an interview. And if he would have brought that up in the interview, that I would have spoke about it. He's in my grace and in my bias. You know what I'm saying? But in the song and in the reaction in my video, what am I doing? I ain't touching now. Leave that alone. Let these guys duke it out. Let the guy. And I know Jae Millz peeped a little piece of it, of my grace and my bias, and the fact that because he said it. Yo, ARP, did you tell Goods how much he paid you? He knows our energy. He sees some of it, right? So he and I both have an opportunity to say or send some energy. And then I cut this video on here today. And what Jae Millz did and the things that he said about RBE force a man like me to give honor and respect for a nigga that I'm looking at like, I don't fuck with you, but I'll keep it like that. I'll keep it quiet and I'll respect your music and I'll respect your work. And I watched this video and he's saying things like, shout out to ARP, shout out to RBE. Hell, he even says the words towards the end like, man, I love you, Smack, or I got love for ARP, and I love Smack, I love ARP. I'm just like, a real man, how do I not honor that? Because he and I have not been in a good place. And here's the thing that I'd be very keen on. I'd be very keen on opportunists. And I just put on my wolf and sheep clothes and I accept it and I make the business work for me too. But I'd be very keen on a motherfucker that, let's say, either olive branches me, puts me in their good graces, talks to me positively, because I got a bag and a half over here for a lot of people. But Jae Millz in the same blog is saying ARP's retired. He's over there doing his podcast thing. Yeah, I don't see me doing full circles frequently. Jae Millz not trying to get booked with RBE. Yeah, he had that energy on here. And I want to honor that. That's man shit. I want to honor that. I have a lot of respect for that, Millz. And that removes the energy that I had about our fallout. Man to man shit. It really does. It removes the energy that I was walking around with. You know what I'm saying? So respect to Millz. Thank you for not just a positive message that you put in this video, but the respect that you showed me in RBE. And I want to give you that honor in return. That was real nigga, real man shit, what you did right here. And you don't get on no bully shit. You don't overdo it. You don't return negativity with positivity. You just don't do things like that. So this is honor. Sending your way, G. I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Now, would I be overdoing it, trying to get Jae Millz and Goods to do a collab? Maybe. Some people might think I'm going too far now. Goods or Jae Millz, them niggas might curse me out. So shit, I don't got it like that with them two niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's honor though. It's honor. I respect that. I respect that, G. I really do. Now, that sends me into my URL battle rapper topic, because the topic that he spawns here, you know, is his episode 1 about things that fucked up battle rap. Well, let me not misquote. What's the title again? What hurt battle rap the most? Episode 1, Smack vs. ARP. Okay. So he draws on a big point about battle rappers that were either forced to pick a side or had to carry a certain energy for the league or the league owners. And it happened both ways. You know, if you interview or you speak with a Sue Surf, a Tay Rock, maybe at the time a New Jersey Twerk, a Miss Hustle, who else? Maybe a Mike P at the time, a Jack Boy Maine. I know I said Surf already, right? Who else? The list goes on and on and on and on. I'm not in their favor at that time at all. I don't know if I'm in all of their favors now. And if not, it's cool. If I am, then salute to you. You know what I'm saying? But that's the energy that was created. On my side, same thing. Same thing. You see how Show Off stands? Show Off is like, yo, it's an RBE thing. You know what I mean? To this day, Loco and me get on the phone, he'll text me RBE for life. To this day, and I'm retired. You know what I'm saying? Frozenberg, frontline nigga, frontline guy. He did a lot for RBE, and I did a lot for him, and we moved. Oops was like, fuck them niggas. Hoops was like militant with it at times. Jims was like, yo, fuck it. It is what it is. We over here. Big Cannon. These was like RBE soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Mills carried it a certain way. Heavy Half carried it a certain way. Big K lost some opportunities. You know? Big K was just like, yo, let's rock. Ill Will, he never was the type of person to want to be like, yo, I'm picking a side, but he wasn't never gonna do anything to go against me. Anything ever. And that's why he's in my honor forever, for life. When Hitman came into the fold, Hitman walk on honor. He wasn't never gonna, you know what I'm saying? He's in spaces arguing with people like Surf. You know what I'm saying? League owners come out, he get in space and he start arguing like, ooh, there ain't no legacy. What the fuck is you talking about? You know, he start really moving and shaking for RBE. Honor. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really appreciate and love the way the people that I just named and even others carried it. There was a time when people thought Math was the face of RBE. There was a time when people said, oh, Red is only killing shit on RBE. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where JC wasn't respected, and then we went on a run, and then he started getting contracted. Allegedly. But we had a nice front line of people, and I stood on the front line as well. Maybe that's why Jae Millz says sarcastically in videos like this, I think ARP wanted to be a battle rapper. And I just moved like, yeah, like, nah, I'm on the ground. What's up? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of battle rappers, you know, chose a side, and the energy of these two companies at times perpetuated it one way or another. Maybe one more than the other, maybe one less than the other, maybe one more sporadically, whatever. Who fuck the blame game? You know what I'm saying? The history is the history. Shout out to the supers coming in. I'm on the way. But I'll give y'all some examples before I start getting into some footage. Twerk is one to me. I have him on the list, right? Twerk is a guy I would have always loved to work with. The very first time that we almost worked with each other, he reached out to Jim's, and this was a long time ago because he and I trolled each other over this like 2 years ago or some shit. That's when he did a video walking around his house, and he opens up one of the rooms, and it's a blue room. He was like, "Fuck your blue room! I got my own blue room." That was hilarious, and I appreciated the funny shit. You know what I'm saying? The fun of it. So, but long time ago, Twerk wanted to battle on RBE, and Jim's being like one of these frontline guys that has ARP's ear like this. He went to Jim's and he asked Jim's like, "Yo, holla at ARP or whatever. I might need to come over there." And before I even got involved, he went back to Jim's with like an update, like, "Oh no, forget it, niggas ain't fucking with that." Right. And then after that, I believe in Twerk's defense, he continued to build a loyalty with them. I think they did things for him that was like he honest, like let's say help him out in situations. Let's say he gets locked up, niggas is right there, help him, whatever. And then if these other people are deemed your ops, you move into a loyalty pattern. You know, that's how it goes. Cause niggas do that for me. So I get it. But when you take ARP and Twerk, this is why every time we seen each other, we showed each other our teeth. Because we never had a direct thing. It was the RBE URL effect of it. Okay. So when Jae Millz in this video says he goes to events and sometimes you can't see certain people that's there. Right. I can tell you that was 1000% perpetuated. Okay. I'll give you a story in the music room in Atlanta. It was one of the events I did. I forget which one. T-Top popped out. Shout out to T-Top. He's in whatever battle footage of the one I'm talking about. It's on our channel. And, you know, the battle's over. Pay-per-view is probably showing trailers and all this type of shit. You know how it is during events. And, you know, the behind the scenes, everybody's moving around, DJ's playing music, whatever. And T-Top shows a couple of us some text messages that he got of an owner that texted him, "Why are you at that event? And then also, why are you being seen on camera?" Shout out to T-Top. You know, I don't lie on no nigga. You know what I'm saying? But we was at my event and we're like kind of like laughing about it, like, damn. Niggas is really kind of like getting ran down on some text message shit, like, "Don't show your face there." Like, that's where it was. You know, Top could attest. You know what I'm saying? So you got examples like Twerk. You got, and I wrote a couple down. You got examples like that T-Top one. Miss Hustle. If you guys pay attention over the years, like me and Hustle has trolled each other a couple times. One time I brought her on my stream because she had like a mini fallout or like a discrepancy, I think, with URL or something. Some controversy was going on. And then she put out like a tweet or something. She was like, "Yo, ARP, set it up, me and Hitman." And I told her, I said, "Yo, come on this stream with me." And then she comes on the stream with me. And I was just like, "Oh, now you want to ask me for something." But I was keeping it fun. You know, at times I was even keeping it a little flirtatious. I was like, "Nah, show your face. Nah, my hair ain't done. It's on my channel. It's on my channel." I'm like, "Nah, my hair ain't done." Yeah. I know you gotta look a certain way for me. I get it, Hustle. Other times we'd be on Twitter. Did y'all see the one where she was like, "I'm Chucky" or whatever? You know, she's It's like we throw out these little playful threats because she's representing the queen of the first lady of URL, and here you are talking to the king of RBE. You know, so we kind of trolled and made it fun, me and Hustle. But every time she's another person, anytime we seen each other, we showed each other our fucking teeth. You know what I'm saying? Let's use Tay Rock and RBE. Okay. I never took his shit. Me and Tay Rock, we had one serious back and forth that made me like lower my respect at the moment, but it's not something that I carried. And it was because I said something, it was relation to Averb when Tech 9 passed. Right. When Tech 9 passed away, I put up an email showing that Averb is in the process of being sued behind the Lux situation. And a couple URL people jumped on me. Mike P was one. Tay Rock was one. They was just like, how dare you insert that type of stuff right now during this situation, as if I was trying to leverage the passing of Tech 9. I was saying, we as a culture is so small. And that's what my tweet said. I said, I'm putting this down. You know, I'm not even on it like that with Verb, because look at this, man. We're such a small culture, but they jumped on my heels for that. Made me look crazy. I was just like, all right, so now I'm disrespecting Tech 9 because I said I'm willing to drop a lawsuit right now out of the energy of our small community. That was me and Rock's dust up. Everything else was him and Surf and him and URL. See, he would look in the footage of Calico versus Ill Will. If you look in the left-hand corner, it's not that easy to see. Rock is in the footage of one of the most classic battles on the RBE channel. And when we seen each other, what do we show each other? Our teeth. You know what I'm saying? Surf is the biggest example of it's all URL and RBE, and he played it at an entertainment, fun, charismatic level. I think he really wanted RBE out of here, right? But he did it in a way that allowed me to engage and have fun and not feel disrespected. And that's why, once again, every time, one of the funniest ones is in the hotel during, I think, the Hitman and Bill Collector face-off. Everybody knows that hotel that we was using in Atlanta. Everybody pull up there. For Max Out, that hotel was a movie. We took over the whole hotel, the parking lot, everything. There's footage of like Averb outside on Hip Hop Is Real 15 minutes. He's like, man, look around. Look what we created. It was a movie at that hotel. But for the Bill Collector Hitman battle, that's why you see Surf in the front of the stage in the footage during Hitman versus Bill. But at the hotel, me and Show Off was walking into the elevator. The door opens up and it's Surf by himself walking out. All right. And I reach out to shake his hand. And when I grab his hand, I hold it. And I said, yo, Show, we got him. And I start to push him back into the elevator. But it was a joke. We all laughed about it. It was a joke. It was just like, yo, here goes the op. But it was a joke because we knew it was that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And then you good? Yeah, I'm in there tomorrow. Boo, 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 boo. And as Surf is walking away, he's like, yo, what room you in, ARP? I'm on the top floor, the VIP shit. He's like, yo, me too. Yo, what's your room number? And I throw him my room number. No, he ain't coming. Yeah, whatever. And then Surf is such a fucker. When like not even that event, the Max Out one. And when he gets to Max Out and the line is 20 blocks down the street, who does Surf call? He calls me, yo, big homie. He always called me big homie or uncle, like Unc. Always Surf. Yo, big homie or Unc, whatever. Yo, what's up? Come get your boy off the line. I'm like, yo, give me a few. I'll text you when I'm outside. As soon as I'm done handling business, I come to the front. Yo, meet me at the front of the line. Boom, boom. He walks to the front of the line. He got like 2 people with him. I tell security, like, y'all go check them real quick, whatever. But nah, he's with me. I walk him in. Then the fucker gets on the Joe Budden podcast, and Joe asks him. Joe is like, yo, what's the beef with you and ARP? ARP, my nigga. And what does Surf say? Oh, ARP, I ain't got no real beef with him. ARP know what it is. ARP come get me VIP at his events. I'm like, oh. I'm like, yo, this is Surf. I said, I did what? I said, yo, you was a manipulative piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I still ain't out some of his crazy, wild, two-sided text messages and shit, and some of the shit he did and said. I never outed it because I enjoyed it and I took it for what it was. One of my funnest battle rap ops, Surf. I loved our back and forths on video. I loved our Twitter wars. I loved his manipulative bullshit. I loved when we saw each other in person and we laughed about it. Well, I got footage that we're going to go through of one of them, of me breaking into what Jae Millz is talking about, like the T-Top example that I gave you. Like, niggas ain't even allowed to be at each other's events. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? This shit got funny. But if you look at like fast forward to like what Millz is talking about, you look fast forward to what TBL and King of the Dot was able to pull off. It was one of the biggest storylines of Big K versus Tay Rock, which is a classic. In the third round, what does Big K do? He makes the room blue. And Avocado, being the genius that he is, he turns the logos on the screen yellow in the edit and shit. What is Tay Rock's reaction? Beasley, I'ma call you. This ain't me. In the screen, right? It's kind of playful. You know what I mean? But it shows the storyline of the division of these two entities. And it plays into Big K versus Tay Rock. And then even that moment, the history of this shit is the history of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but things do get nastier at times. Like, I did a video on the phone call that Holla got, Holla to Don, right? I ain't gonna rehash it right now. It's on the channel if anybody wants to go watch it. You know, because then I got on the phone with him and I said, oh, no, I ain't letting that ride. I'm in a whole lawsuit. I'm exposing that. And he's like, yo, I understand because I said and did what I get it. So I owe you that. I said, okay, about to cut this camera on. Yeah, stuff like that, man. Yeah, stuff like that. But the impact of URL is always the top of the game, right? But the impact of RBE became very, very strong. You know, like people had Cody runs involving both platforms. Like when O-Red won Cody, O-Red was the first ever Cody, right? That year, what did he do? He had 2 battles on URL. He had 2 battles on RBE. And he had 1 battle on UW. 1 Cody. K-Shine, to Jae Millz' point in his video here. K-Shine, when he had his Cody run a couple years ago, his biggest, his most visual, most talked about, buzzed battle was the Jae Millz battle. Okay. Big K, you know, recently won Cody. You know, it was pretty much from a RBE run. I mean, Mook and Young Ill and who else did he battle? I don't even remember. Like 3 Blue Room battles that year, I think. But the impact of, it's not just RBE. Let me be humble about it. It's multiple leagues have created great impact for battle rappers, whether they were up and comers, whether they were mid tiers, whether they were top tiers, whether they were people like, let's say, a Calico that does whatever he wants when he wants and nobody gives him flack, or whether he's a situation where he pops up on an RBE stage and that person starts getting text messages from a league owner like, yo, get off camera. Why are you there? You know what I'm saying? So Jae Millz is right. This type of stuff is always perpetuated from the top down. And if you are influenced by it, then your actions start to match and create energies towards either side. And that's why that storyline is as strong as it is. And that's why people like Jae Millz, who is a pioneer, create videos saying episode 1 of some of the things that created battle or hurt battle rap the most. And they say URL and RBE. It did. I think it did a ton of good. I think a lot of people earned a lot of money. Um, a lot of matchups were created out of it. A lot of matchups were forced out of it. A lot of competition bred the leagues to be on their A game. There's a lot of good that came out of it as well. The storyline, we still talk about it today. Storyline, but there was a lot of negativity. There was a lot of money lost. There was a lot of opportunity lost. Jae Millz, you are right, but we're just gonna have to proceed with the rest of the history of battle rap. Just wondering, what if? That's it. We don't have a time machine. We're just gonna have to, for the rest of battle rap, say, what if? You know? And that's just what it is. Let's get into some footage. Let's have a little bit more fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a little bit more fun with it. Let's have a little bit more fun with it. Oh, what was this? Sue Surf on URL using ARP's voice in their Summer Madness trailer. You guys remember that? That was fun.
My bad, sir. My bad. League Wars, real quick. Yeah. They finally shot at the ops. You know what I'm saying?
I be gassing it. I be trying to get him to do it.
Like, I was shocked like a motherfucker because Strickers Beasley be on this shit. Like,
right.
Like, nigga, I ain't paying no attention to nothing.
Name. We're not interested in it.
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of shocking to see them niggas shoot back like that.
He's like a mastermind. I just call him. He's just laughing and shit. Ha ha ha. He's a mastermind.
You know, is League Wars good or bad for battle rap?
It's fire. It's fire. It's just not fire when the other side, whoever the other side may be, don't know how to, like, I don't like promoting names. When the other side don't know how to take advantage of it, because in reality, all promotion is good promotion, technically, right? It's supposed to be, but everybody don't know how to handle business like that. So somebody else could be promoting you and they smashing you because you don't know how to handle it. But somebody could be promoting you and bigging you up if you know what you're doing with the, so everybody don't know how to handle that type of attention. We talking about the biggest battle rap league sending shots. Like, you're supposed to be right back. Like, not a blog, a card. You know what I mean? Like, niggas responding with blogs, respond with a card.
I ain't going nowhere.
You can't really keep up with shit like that. Like, whole gun titles on Summer Madness. What you do? The fuck you gonna do? Book Woody?
So, it's good for battle rap though? You think it breeds competition, or is there competition between, URL or, you said KFC, RBE, where, like, is it
bleep out the names? You don't see me saying no names. It's my anniversary. URL.
As far as, is there competition? Is there any competition really with URL?
Don't use the word competition. There's no competition. You're talking about selling out arenas that they have basketball events in and fucking wrestling events and shit like that. Don't use the word competition. It might be some, some petty back and forth and shit talking and stuff like that, friendly fire back and forth, but let's not use the word competition. It's URL.
Nah, you already know, man. We can't copy respect. Follow the innovators, never the imitators.
Hey, Knowledge, you wasn't supposed to say that right there. I ain't gonna lie, Knowledge. You was not supposed to say that. Stay neutral, buddy. Stay neutral, fucker. But Surf is Surf, man. Charismatic. People don't understand what Surf did for URL. Like, the same way you could say, like, damn, like, what does RBE look like without a show off and that run and a Oops and a Big K and a Jims and a Ill Will or a Hitman? Like same way people could ask those questions. Like, imagine if Surf ain't there. Surf frontlined a lot of narrative for URL. And because he was a ball of fucking energy and he's so charismatic and people gravitated towards him, it's what created a good fight for me. Like, I had to fight off his narratives. Like, it's a very good battle rap op for me. And everybody knows I war with the best on some battle rap shit. You know what I mean? But he did a good job. Like, the way he talks, it's if you're a sheep following type of person and you fall into the narratives and all that type of shit, you cut off an interview like that and you go, yeah, you know what? Fuck RBE then. Like, that's what happens. And then a nigga like me gotta fight that shit. You know what I'm saying? But as far as capitalizing, everybody took their moments. As far as capitalizing, I might have the biggest capitalizing moment, Surf. in the whole URL and RBE back and forth. Because the history of what happened for the Rare Breeds card in 2018 when we brought Murder Mook back versus Averb, the way that card was being attacked allegedly, and the way I spun that into a versus, we put out a Street Fighter type of flyer. I put out, it's still on my gram to this day. Go scroll it. I put out the Rolling Stones cover when you had 50 Cent versus Kanye. And the whole concept of that was 50 Cent and Kanye, the two artists and the biggest artists in the game at the time, both putting out their album on the same day. And 50 Cent did the whole thing like, if he outsells me, I'll retire and all this type of shit. I used that. I promoted it like that. Fuck it. Rare Breeds versus Summer Madness. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's do it. That was my way of taking back what I felt like I lost in promotion from the 3 battles. Okay. Geechee versus Mav, O-Red versus Iron Solomon, and Shotgun Shook versus Rest in Peace Pat Stay. That was my way of taking back and adding promotion, saying, I'm stepping to the plate. It's a fight. Let's do it. And if you think RBE is not of the level, then look around and see why everybody's comparing the cards, arguing who's going to have the better battles, arguing which main event might be better. That's what we created. That's capitalizing and saying, let's do it. And then the cookie just happened to crumble and fall towards RBE. You know, they had a whole card full of chokes. Hitman versus Tay-Rock saved their event. They had a whole card full of chokes, though. Shitty event. Meanwhile, we fucking had a classic event. Mook versus Verb was timeless. It went crazy, and the return of Mook, it landed, it hit, it was all great. It was epic. Verb, he stood up to the fight. It was epic. Pat Stay versus Danny Myers. It's Pat Stay's favorite performance. Rest in peace, B. It's Pat Stay. Go to the top of his Instagram if it's still pinned like that. It's Pat Stay's favorite performance. What happened that day? On the Rare Breeds card, King Los returned. He held up. Everybody was wondering what he was going to sound. He put on. He did his thing. Iron Solomon came back, did his thing on RBE versus Big K. You know, Big T and Ill Will. Big T was mad at me. He was like, he don't like how late in the card I put him on and all that type of stuff. You know, he didn't like that. I respect it. I get it. And he didn't like, we didn't let, you know, enough people in, I think, with him. You know, I respected it. You know, that was me and Big T's you know, temporary tension. I think we squashed all of it when I brought him back to RBE and he battled Big K in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So he was a little mad at me for that. But conducting a card that had like 11 battles, shit wasn't easy. But we pulled it off. History. The karma always seems to fall when we was in direct competition. Like when we had both events on the same day in Atlanta, their karma fell. Like they had the main event of Geechee versus Twerk, choking in the battle and whatnot. You had the Norb situation. On my side, you know, we had this whole big talk and buzz of Big K versus Adi Boom. 40 Cal came back. He did a good job versus Ill Will. I think we did Rosenberg versus Snake Eyes that day. Like we put on the smaller guys. I was always like, Goliath, what's up? Don't give a fuck. I ain't giving nobody my lunch milk. They gotta take it. And it creates the reputation of like, yo, them niggas don't play and they put on and they got quality. You say what you want. You know what I'm saying? But the rivalry of it gave y'all a lot of entertainment. A lot of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't done. Let me get back to my nephew Surf. My little nephew Surf.
Yeah. And obviously we have plenty of time. I could be going face-offs right now if I wanted to. There's a lot of the battlers are still here. Yeah. We good. We gonna let it go like that. We good.
You brought the stars out again. It's obviously some big names in the culture pulling up. John.
Shout out to John.
Yeah, your boy Surf. I see he pulls up.
My nephew Surf. He told me to my face he came to support.
Yeah.
To support, okay, all right. So yeah, shout out to my nephew for supporting the movement. Supporting
Jack Boy, I see that man. Yeah. Rosenberg calling out Jack Boy.
Jack got some shots going his way. I mean, well deserving. But shout out to Jack.
Yeah, RP, what's up? Can we get see something? I mean, Rosenberg versus Jack Boy is a great matchup.
I don't mind that match. I don't mind that match at all. You know what I'm saying? Jack, if that's something you want to come over here and do, I'll at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know Jack's situation, but shout out to Jack. Jack has always been talented to me. Matter of fact, Jack has talked business with RBE before. Not with me directly. He was on the phone with Shata before, and they were talking business. And I think we almost made something happen. But that was a while ago. It was a while ago. But if he want to get fucked up by Raw, you know where to find him.
Oh, so you're ready.
But you want to know what? Here's my shot back to Jack, because I left Jack alone for talking all that shit that he was talking. Even though we know that it's just play or whatever, it's joking, cool. You know, a little competition, whatever, it's cool. But here's my shot back to Jack. What's too hot for you right now? All right, you need to take a couple more battles. You know what I'm saying? Get your buzz up a little bit. Have it. Nah, let me stop. I ain't gonna do Jack like that. Nah, Jack is fine. We'll see. Jack is fine.
That would definitely be goody. And you know, we see you joking around on April 1st, you know what I mean? You posting the flyer and things like that.
Yeah.
You don't look like you bothered by anything, man. You just, you know what I mean?
You develop the skin for certain shit, man. It's so much of this shit that you know is for certain reasons. And it's like sometimes when I get frustrated, I'm like, y'all don't see through that. Like, y'all really be believing that these people really mean some of the stuff that they be saying. Sometimes it's just play and it's just jokes or it's just competition. Like, you got some of these people that just take shit and be like, oh, that's because KFC and this and that. I'm like, yo, these people are like doing competitive shots back. It's a competitive thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we cross paths and everybody is cool and supportive of each other. You know what I'm saying? We keep that same energy. Keep that. Don't fucking go in spaces and act like a fucking asshole now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you don't see me taking no shots at Midnight Madness. Ever see me talk about Midnight Madness? All right, so Jack, fuck.
Yeah.
Max out 3.
All right, let me chill. My beard was better. The fuck? Did I figure what? My beard was better. I figured that out. Hey, Surf. I ain't done with you, homie. Free Surf, free to wave. I ain't done with you though. This is, for example, of me breaking into what Jae Millz was talking about. You know, like, damn, I can't see certain people in certain places. So at that particular Straight To It event, you know, this was my sneaky attempt that he caught on to of trying to make him host an RBE battle, right? Because I know, like the T-Top shit story that I told you guys, I know what's being perpetuated to these guys, despite how they treat me when they see me in person. Right, or how we respect each other when we see each other in person. And I'm not saying like, oh, it's some big bad. Both directions comes from me too. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to break into the optics and show people like it's all bullshit. I don't care who else over there is pushing it, but it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was trying to do here. But Surf was smart enough to understand what I was doing.
Y'all need to come across.
Good, girl. That's big. Yo, you already handled like 11,000. So then come on. Why are you so scared? You the man over there. You the man over there. Nothing happens if you got on the power over there. What's wrong if you hold? What's wrong if you hold? Contractual obligation. It's a contract thing now.
Contractual obligation.
I do, but you know that though. That's why you pushing it. I'm gonna cut my camera on.
Stop cheesing, man, boy.
Stop cheesing. Of course, what the fuck else are we here for? I just had to tell him. I didn't press on I know you say that because of him.
So you see, so the Straight To, you see Moneybags over there, you saw Murder over there, so Jim's over there. But from the Midnight Madness and URL side, right? You see Drugs here, you see Twerk here, you see Surf here, you see me and Jack Boy hugging. But what I was saying to Surf is like, yo, come host. And he caught on. He was like, nah, he was being sarcastic. He's like, my contractual obligations. And I was like, oh, now it's contractual. Nah, come on. He was like, nah, you know what you're doing. I was like, yeah, I would put your fucking stupid ass on camera and show the world. And then you saw when I was being sarcastic because he said, no, I'm just here to support. I said, oh, no, thank you. I appreciate you being here to support. And you saw the previous interview. That's what I was referencing. When I was like, he told me to my face, he's here to support art. And then you hear him say, nah, what else would I be here for? And then Jack Boy walks up and said, man, I was just telling ARP the same thing. Meanwhile, his face is this whole KFC thing is running up. So I was, I got it. And that's why all of my surf blogs are jestful and sarcastic. You don't ever see us angry. You don't ever see it. When that bitch ass nigga, there's never been disrespect. We never cursed at each other. You never see him come out, call me out my name ever. You never see me call him out of his ever, because this was us. But the energy from the league level of things created situations that we all navigated and created some good and created some bad. You know what I'm saying? So the history is the history. There's a lot of things documented both publicly as well as privately. Some that y'all don't know about. Some hopefully y'all never find out about. Some that's in court documents. Some that's in technical types of shit. It's a lot. It's a lot. Y'all know the history from a battle rap level. Y'all are in tune. That's why Jae Millz does videos like that. But believe me when I tell y'all only know like 30%. Trust me. All right, let's get to the next topic, the last topic. Let's get to Eazy the Block Captain. He's in the title, he's in the thumbnail. Okay, let's get a little bit more serious now. That was a fun segment right there, but let's get a little bit more serious. I'm gonna start with Calico. I played the Suge video. Was it today or yesterday? Let's start with Calico. And the only reason I want to start like this is because every once in a while you got to remind people that they partake in some of the things that they complain about, or that happens back to them, but they partake or they take their shots or they do their actions as well.
Able to come, you hate on my fucking event for 30 minutes straight on your YouTube blog. Think I'm gonna forget that, nigga? I don't forget nothing. I'm an elephant, nigga. I don't forget nothing, nigga. I watched it thoroughly. I watched it all the way through to make sure I wasn't tripping. I had to watch it and make sure I wasn't tripping. And by the 17th minute, every nigga that's watching this gonna feel me when they watch that. Like, damn, he's still going. It was an ongoing joke at that point. Like, oh, this nigga done made up 5 different scenarios of why my event got a nigga divorced from his wife. This is real shit. I'm not even making this up. He did this for like 30 minutes straight, bro. Crying, laughing. I was falling asleep. My motherfucking eyes getting heavy on me trying to watch the main event. Nigga, don't watch it then. Go to sleep, pussy. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I need that as a sound bite, man. Go to sleep, pussy.
Like, why you hating? And you act like I wasn't gonna see that. Like, nigga, I see you hating, nigga. I know you hating, and nobody knows why you hating. Nobody, this was a behind closed door conversation. Nobody knew that you tried to battle Suge in Detroit. Nobody knew that. So I'm gonna tell them so they can understand the frustration that I have with you of why I know you hating. You feel like I stopped your bag when you was trying to split mine up. Nigga, you already had your event in Houston. You already had it locked for Houston. I dropped Winter Madness, and you think you're going to switch to Detroit? You got me fucked up. I don't even know what type of nigga you think I am to even try.
Okay. All right, let's move forward. So there's a lot of stuff that was getting said yesterday, between yesterday and today. Eazy went live yesterday. Some of the stuff discussing, I think he's pretty much saying the Cassidy battle is off, right? From his standpoint, his perspective. And, I spoke to somebody else involved in the situation today. Didn't sound too good as far as things happening. So it does seem like it's leading towards not happening. I want to leave the door open, just in case. I hope it happens. Why not? Fuck it. But it is what it is. Like, we can't chase it forever, people. Like, let it go, like, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you, with Eazy, pretty much with me personally, kind of like the last straw with me. And if you've been paying attention to not just that Jae Millz segment that I did, and if you was listening to a lot of stuff that I was saying and building up and giving examples of grace, I built that up in my whole Jae Millz piece of being honest and telling y'all how that shit go, and then saying like I owe him some honor for what he did because our up to that point relationship is rocky. You know what I'm saying? So try to be like a real nigga moment between me and Mills based on that video that I just saw. You know what I'm saying? But I mentioned grace of how I covered his songs and shit. And Eazy, you don't see, and I don't know why. I don't know if you're just that arrogant or if you're just that you want it to be one way, or if you're that just I don't know how you came up. I don't know how. Maybe it's just how you are as a man, and respectfully, but maybe you just don't get or don't see or don't appreciate the grace that people have given you over the years. You had this underdog aspect about you when it's like you versus URL, you know, because people respect more the battle that they want to see happen and the person that's trying to go against politics. Okay, so you get out on your own and you have the backing of this whole celebrity woman that also is bringing a lot of money to the table. You're in a decent spot to be able to go against what people say is the machine. You got Chrome 23 there, and you still got other leagues that's willing to book. You're in a good position, you know. Somewhere like after the Hitman battle, and now it's like that humble guy that we used to see, even in person. He changed a lot. He changed a lot. You know, like the guy I used to always see in person, I don't see on camera no more. I don't even feel that vibe when we talk on the phone. You know, like I don't see that anymore. You know, you changed. You was very, very humble. You almost borderline started to lie on your stream yesterday, and your chat helped you out. Quick sidebar, like when he's saying things like the battle, you know, at first I didn't want it to happen in Atlanta because every battle I've ever seen in Atlanta, the crowd's just fucked up or whatever. If the chat didn't correct him, and if he didn't start to try to clean it up because the chat started corrected him, I would have flamed him on that today. Because there's so much footage of him in he mentioned Max Out. I wasn't even gonna, I don't even remember seeing Eazy at Max Out. But there's footage of him at Straight to It. The whole shit that I just played with me and Sue Surf at, that was just a straight to you. That shit when he was in Atlanta at the time a lot. I think he was acting and whatnot. He was, you see, that was like a Philly card. There's like a lot of PA niggas on that card. You had Reed, you had Ness, you had Fro. Yeah, a lot of people from PA on that card. You had K Walker was on that card versus Bones Brigante. He's right there cheering on, having a good old time. It's all, I know there's a lot of battle rappers there, but all right, let's not use that example. You know, he came to like every Blue Room event. You're there on footage cheering and having a good old time for all the Blue Room. You tried that corny shit real quick, like, oh, nah, I'm only talking about Max Out. Can't use the Blue Room. The Blue Room is the best environment in the whole year of my retirement and one of the overall best battle rap environments to be created in battle rap. It's ranked with like the shit that URL does, the black shit. It's ranked up there also like with the bunker that King of the Dot and Avocado did. The Blue Room for environments is going to go down as one of the top ones. It has its own legacy as a location, and it's in Atlanta. You even try to dumb it down. It's like 100 people. Nah, it's like 350, and I know that's not a crazy number, but that's a legitimate mid to small room. Drum only holds like 350 people if you 400 people if you go crazy over packet. You know what I'm saying? So you're stunting. It's like fraudulent stuff. You're stunting. I was really gonna pull up. You cleaned it up because of your chat. I'm gonna pull up all the footage of you like there, like what you like. Stop acting like it. It's like fraudulent shit. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't about nothing, man. That ain't about nothing. You know, little shit like that. I want to show Eazy and people that watch this video how much you are a spoiled brat. That's my pure definition of easy to block. I'm not going to be here to call him out of his name. I don't want to disrespect the guy. Ain't none of the bitches and the people will say you's a bitch. People will say you weak. People will say you soft. Everybody's saying that about you behind the scenes. Everybody's on my phone saying this shit. Even people that you talk to is he do whole shit. People you talk to are saying you do a lot of whole shit. All I'm hearing that behind, and I'm not gonna do none of that here on camera and put you in that type of position. And you still might feel disrespected. You a whole man. I don't control your feelings. But the easiest definition I could put on you to hopefully put up a mirror so you could maybe you can see this. You act like a spoiled brat. Somewhere after the Hitman battle, you must have thought that battle rap power or the following or the power that you have, it's almost like you thought like Trenches and Chrome 23 and you was like Jay-Z and Rock Nation or some shit. And respectfully, like Chrome 23 is a big ass brand. You got a big ass celebrity that promotes it. Rem is the truth, man. Shout out to Rem, man. I got mad, wild love and respect for Rem. You know what I'm saying? But you got turned out. You got turned out. And you became a spoiled brat because the way I got a lot of this shit in my phone of what you do behind the scenes. The threats that you send to people. I was on the phone with you a day before your battle. And what did I tell you? I said, I don't like the way you was talking to 3 Letter Man in y'all interview. I told you that. I said, there's a little bit of arrogance in that shit. Yo, hurry up, 3. I gotta go. Who are you now? Who are you now? I see a spoiled brat now. So the example of it, if you're willing to accept the truth and reality, because all of these situations, you're in the right. Every last one of them. You've told no lies. Everything falls to your favor. Everybody is wrong. It's a hate train because you're a good battle rapper and you're fucking Remy Ma. It's all hate. That's what you want people to believe. You want people to believe that. But here's the spoiled brat example.
Another thing you say, yo, T, I did this. I was at the venue. I did this already. Like, I'm good. That's kind of what I got. That's kind of what are my thoughts. But with that being said, if I'm not mistaken, I think people verified it too, that TBO went to Averb space, and this is what was said, guys. This is what was said.
Right? Y'all see, I pulled them up. What's up? What we doing? Oh, well, shit, we ain't on shit then. So check this out then. We can't just pop up out of nowhere. No. When it was on me, I said, when it was on me, what did I say? What's going on?
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Nobody's been paid.
Oh.
Not one person.
Dang.
Not one person.
Wow.
Who's holding up the battle? Who's holding up the battle?
Let's put that to bed. That's done.
Let's not.
And by the way, this is the TBL account verified. So this person is speaking on behalf of TBL with the main account.
Listen, check this out. Listen, the first person you got to go to.
That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. I don't care about anything.
It ain't no.
And I think it stops there. So I can say, and I feel like I prefaced this. I've put up disclaimers. I say I can't speak for TBL. I can't speak for Eazy. I can't speak for Cassidy. And I use words like believe. This is my thoughts. I believe in this based on that. So Jay Black was wrong. And I even said, I want to be wrong. Jay Black was wrong. Cassidy did not receive his backhand for the Eazy to block captain battle. But with that being said, if he didn't get his money, y'all different than me. Oh boy. And again, my thoughts, my opinion is that, you guys have received, the backhand that you're supposed to get is well over 10,000, be 10,000, 15, depends on if you're Eazy to block captain or Cassidy. It could be 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 or more. I don't know. But y'all different than me. If that's the case, there's more incentive to complete the battle. We're still here 20 days removing and no battle happened basically. Or almost 20 days. No battle happened. If I'm supposed to get that type of backhand, if you driving somewhere, I'm gonna follow you. The second you need gas, I'm gonna pull over with you. You want to pump one, cool. We gonna battle right here. Get the cameras. You want to pump one? Pump one. I said, yo. You at home eating fried chicken, mac and cheese, broccoli, mac 10. We finna battle wherever you go. You at the gym? LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, wherever you go. I said, yo. Drop the dumbbells. We finna battle whenever, however, and we're here. And we're removing the battle ain't happened yet, and it's not even locked in because TBL made a statement. They said, "Yo, in the next few days, we're going to release another statement. Giving you updates." There was no updates. There's no updates for Eazy versus Cassidy yet. All right. And again, these are my opinions. Speaking of my opinion for Eazy the Black Captain versus Twerk battle is that it should happen this weekend. I think it makes it easier for you because in his live, he said, yo, I want to battle Twerk and Cassidy, no matter which one, a week apart. I don't want to do I don't want to do the 24-hour rigmarole, run around. I got to do memorize, 6 rounds for one day, basically. So it makes sense for you to knock out this Twerk battle. And honestly, my opinion is, again, based on things that you said in your interviews, I could be wrong, is you already got your Twerk money. So I think the obligation is I got to knock out this Twerk battle because I was paid in full for this. That makes sense to y'all, right? But you will say, yo, Jay Black, in your last video, you said he shouldn't take the Twerk battle. Is that what I said? Pay attention to the details and the keywords I use. So when I talk from different vantage points to provide, a level of dialogue. So competitively, in Eazy's frame, he shouldn't take the battle. Jay Black, why are you saying it? Because again, when he battled Cassidy, Cassidy didn't dig too deep into anything. He mentioned this, he mentioned that. But I guess in the second and third round, he revealed more. But the plate is like 90% full in terms of angles. If anything, this reminds me of Shotgun Sugar versus Eazy in terms of things he can talk about. So he's at a disadvantage, and Twerk is a monster. So keyword competitively, to create more dialogue, I don't think he should. As a fan, as Jay Black, my opinion is do the battle. Why are we prolonging this? And if anything, if Twerk got more time, you got more time too. Does that confuse y'all? Hopefully not. On the flip side, that to create more dialogue, what if it's advantageous for you to do that because you feel the Cassidy battle is more important? Again, Joe Budden's going to recap you versus Cassidy, probably not you versus Twerk, right? So if I care more about the Cassidy battle, when Twerk bombs and does this and does that, he kind of uses it all up in terms of the spice, in terms of, oh, shit, he done abused the angle so bad. When Cassidy, it's kind of it's diluted. So there's two ways to look at it. That's my opinion. But again, my conclusion on that is he's definitely battled the nigga. Why not? That been
good explanation, Jay Black. Let me tell you why I say once again, to me, Eazy's a spoiled brat. So it was like yesterday or the stream before, I put out my opinions, just like Jay Black. I put out my opinions on the battle. And if somebody would get paid, and same shit that we're all entitled to. This was like the breaking point for me with dude. When I'm just like, yeah, I lost it with this guy. No more. I already removed the grace like over like the last week to show him the difference of like when somebody is really trying to give you grace and don't talk about no. I already showed that. That's not me in red. That's like me in yellow. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't red neither. Trust me. This is yellow shit. You know what I mean? And this nigga, as soon as my stream is over, text me. Yeah, I just want to let you know, you putting out false information. You're going to have to do another blog when the real information comes out. I lost respect for you over the past week. Yada, yada, yada. Who the fuck you think he talking to? You know, I replied to this fucking brat. I replied to the fucking guy. The feeling is mutual. Except it hasn't just been 1 week for me. It's been longer than a week for you. As far as the respect that I lost for you. But that right there, the last week. Because the last week, I removed my grace. And I've allowed myself to be talking about the battle without protecting him like I normally would. Fucking brat. Said, hey, you don't respect me, right? You lost respect for me. I'm not honorable, right? I'm not thorough. THURL. I'm not thorough, right? So leave it like that. Leave it like that then. You be you and I'ma be me. That's totally fine, nigga. No more grace, no more nothing. You say what you want to say about me. It's cool. I'll react accordingly. It's cool. It's okay. Let it happen. It's all right. But when I say spoil fucking brat, you over here really telling me you putting out false information. Your whole stream yesterday was leveraging Jay Black's opinion because Jay Black said in his belief, Cassidy got his full back end. So technically, you're putting out false information. You built your whole stream off of it yesterday, though. And I saw that narrative steering Cassidy's direction. A lot of people, oh, now we get it. He got all of his money. TBL hops in spaces today and says, neither one of them niggas got all their money. And then Jay Black gets on camera and says, he cleans it all up and says, I'm just putting out my opinion. I'm not saying that I know for a fact Cass got all his money, but Eazy had no problem using that clip from Jay Black to push his narrative as false information yesterday. But then you'll text a nigga like me, I'm putting out false information. You's a fucking brat. And this is what I mean. This is a constant with Eazy. Just like the Calico shit, just like the Suge shit that I played, just like the million other examples. You can do it to a million people. You can do it in a span of less than 24 hours ago, to the point where Jay Black had to make this video right here. Watch his whole video. His whole point is cleaning up. I was just blogging with an opinion. It's not my fault Eazy used that for his attack yesterday with false information. But you're willing to send niggas text messages talk about, I lost respect for you for the last week because you put out false information. Motherfucking, what did you do last night? What did you do? Are you going to clean it up now the way you texted me? No, because you're a fucking spoiled brat. You're a spoiled brat, B. And you can't tell Eazy nothing. It's a shortcoming. It's a disadvantage of his. It's a weakness of his. Nothing. Every situation that comes his way, he has an excuse for. Everything that he does where people close to him or not close to him consider whole shit, he has a reason for it. He's never wrong. Everything he does is right. Everybody's a hater. It's far past the terminology of where there's smoke, there's fire. It's past that. It's you as a man not accepting all the whole shit that you do. And you texted me that shit was just like my tipping point, like, because you got me chopped. That's what I told the nigga on the phone the day before his battle. I'm just like, I get it. Maybe you feel like you could talk like that to some of these bloggers that give you way more grace than you might deserve. But when you started after the Hitman battle, getting a little bit more Brody and over arrogant and cocky, and you thought that you was Rock Nation and all this type of shit, I tried to remind him, like, just remember, there's certain people you can't talk to like that. I'm one of them. That's why I was like, I don't like how you go watch the interview with 3. He's treating him like he's talking to 3, and he gave me some excuse for it. He's always got an excuse, but he's talking to 3 as if he's Hove himself. I'm like, you think you're a celebrity for real with these, like a real deal celebrity with these 24/7s and shit, don't you? Yo, you changed. You changed, man. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you just never had the opportunity to show what you really were. Because we see the change. We saw when you go from the beads to the jewelry and the dress code changes, the jewels come out, and we was all around you for years. We see that obviously who you are and what you show today wasn't who you were this whole time in the culture and before. But you pull it on the wrong people. That's like, if you're going to be fraudulent in not being able to receive back which the energy you give to all these people on your channel, and you going up and laughing at everybody and playing and doing what you do, if you can't do that, you need to at least be smart enough to navigate. Leave certain people alone. You don't need to get into it with Holla. You don't need to get into it or text ARP some bratty ass shit like that. You need to avoid certain people that got certain dirt on you. You need to listen to some of these people that's older than you trying to give you advice. Pay attention to even the shit that I'm saying right now. Listen to them more, because they try to give you advice about the whole shit. You got to listen. Even this, I know your ego is buzzing right now. I know your ego is on fire right now. And there's so much to learn from what I'm telling you even right now. Check yourself. Come down of whatever fucking cloud you thought that you were standing in because you won some battles and you went against URL and you're undefeated on the app and you fucking Rem and you a hot battle rapper. There's a thing called humility regardless. Because there's a lot of things that you're trying to achieve that you don't fuck with me on any level, anywhere close to. And I would never carry myself like that in your direction. I don't act like that. I don't let people that come around me that got 20 times less than me walk away feeling like I'm the man. Yo, hurry up, finish this interview. I gotta go. Who the fuck did niggas be turning into from battle rap? Jesus Christ, from the bees to the jewelry, real quick. I get it. But some of them niggas was doing that shit 30 years ago, the image that you have now. Being a fucking spoiled brat in this shit ain't gonna get you but so far. Like you gotta look in the mirror or listen to some of these people around you. Your ego's on fire right now. I know it is. I know it is. Why do you think Hitman named the song Ego? I get it. Sometimes Hitman's a little too loud or abrasive to people, so it's easy not to listen to him. Hey, niggas been trying to show y'all this shit about Eazy for years. Come back down from the clouds, buddy. Be a great artist, a great battle rapper, a good actor. Keep doing your content. Go live, do your thing. But you lost yourself real fast in battle rap. And you became the spoiled brat thinking that you have more power than you do. And some people actually capitulated to you. All those text messages and threats and DMs that I have them, that you send to people, some people let you get away with it. And maybe you took that and ran further with it and it brodied you up even more. But you text me that, it's time to get checked. You text me that. You lost respect for me over the last week because I just happened to be talking about you in a way that you don't like. Something that you've been doing to the whole culture for years. Good job. You a fuck who you don't like. Sorry it's true, you fucking brat.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.